Good day, ladies and gentlemen. When will crypto moon? This is a very important discussion, so I want to make a video kind of running through some of the factors I'm looking out for to try and understand what the next major macro direction of this market is. So folks, if you like the sound of that, do me a favor, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads. So folks, if you want to know when will crypto moon, first off, we got to follow Bitcoin because Bitcoin leads the market. Second off, we got to understand what state of the cycle we are in, because crypto has typically moved in these boom and bust cycles. And so we're going to go over a couple of the factors that will be affecting price action and the cyclical nature of these markets moving forward. Folks, right now, I am not very confident about the current cycle direction. We're right within this sideways moving zone. We have not really broken out of our range. So until we break out of this range, no one is certain of what the next major macro move is. So if you want to know when will crypto moon again, Bitcoin has got to get above certain levels. The 50 daily SMA, historically very price reactive, held that support all throughout the major sell-offs. 200 daily EMA and SMA, this blue line and yellow line here, historically high time frame moving averages. If we're above it, we're bullish. If we're below it, we're bearish, typically speaking. And this red trend line drawn from all-time high, this next lower high. If we want to know when moon, then Bitcoin needs to get above all these 4 layers of resistance. Once we do get daily candles closing above all these 4 regions, then Bitcoin will have the kind of strength it needs based off TA to see continuation to 70,000, 80,000, 100,000, and beyond. Now, a lot of people are speculating that we could be entering a bear market with good reason. Bitcoin is doing nothing but putting in macro lower highs and lower lows. And folks, you've got to understand what Bitcoin's doing because it will affect the rest of the market. So Bitcoin seems like it wants to have a weekly candle close below the 50 weekly EMA and SMA. If that happens, that could give the bears in this market enough of the juice they need to drive us down below 30,000. And if we get daily candles closing below 30,000 on a lower low, then folks, we could enter a true bear market. So if you want to know when moon, let's take a look at when the previous bear cycles were and how long they lasted. So looking at the end of the 2013-2014 cycle, from the top to the bottom, the bear market, the bear cycle lasted 426 days. And then you could argue it was pretty much up into the sideways. Let's take a look at the previous cycle, 2018-2017. Bear market lasted 365 days, and then we were basically up into the sideways. So worst case scenario, let's say we do get daily candles closing below 30,000. Let's say we do enter a true quote unquote bear market. Well, then we have to wait roughly a year, maybe just over a year, for the bear market to be over. And historically speaking, because we've moved in these cycles, which I do think we're likely to continue moving in cycles moving forward due to the psychological nature of investors and the Bitcoin halvings, I do believe crypto is likely to move in cycles moving forward, and the kind of relatively low total crypto market cap, things are very cyclical, very volatile. So I do believe cycles are likely to be valid moving forward. Now, so folks, just kind of summarize here. If we do get daily candles closing below 30,000, we could enter a true bear market. And based off the average of the 2 previous cycles, the bear market could last 395 days, which places us in May 2022. So if you want to know when moon, I think May 2022 is likely to be the bottom of this bear market, if this does indeed turn into a true bear market, which I think it could if we get daily candles closing below 30,000. And if you want to know when moon on the bullish side, well, Bitcoin has got to get above these 4 major layers of resistance. And if we do, then I think we could likely see a continuation to 60, 80, and maybe $100,000 Bitcoin. Now, let's go over some of the kind of off-chart things that could be affecting Bitcoin in the near future. Here, we have the GBTC unlocks happening right now. For those who don't know, GBTC is Grayscale's Bitcoin investment product. Grayscale is one of the largest funds in the world, the largest when it comes to crypto. And so they have this institutional investment product called GBTC, which is, it's like a synthetic version of Bitcoin that right now is actually cheaper than Bitcoin. So a lot of people are speculating that institutional buying power is being diverged to GBTC. Also, we have unlocks of GBTC holders who have been holding GBTC for around 6 months. So we have, as of today and tomorrow, some of these unlocks happening. I believe the market isn't open on weekends, so come Monday, Tuesday, we could experience a lot of selling pressure with Bitcoin because of these unlocks of 16,000 Bitcoin. I mean 8,000 Bitcoin. So nobody knows for certain if this will have an effect on the market, but a lot of people are speculating that this could act as a suppressant moving forward. Something else we got to be aware of is Jack Dorsey is having a conference with other kind of big players in crypto called the B Word conference. So Jack Dorsey will be talking with Elon Musk July 21st to discuss Bitcoin and more. So very interesting stuff. This will be very interesting to kind of get a gauge of what these institutions are feeling towards Bitcoin. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out and how this affects the market moving forward. Now, folks, hash rate. When hash rate first began to drop, when China began to clamp down on miners, that kind of signaled the cycle top. So hash rate going down is bearish confirmation. Although in the short term, hash rate has been recovering, so continuation of hash rate recovering could suggest price action recovering. So folks, it's not all doom and gloom. The fundamentals are very bullish. The number of Bitcoin held on exchanges is continuously decreasing. This is bullish. So I want to be very clear. Price action is terrible. Price action is putting in lower highs, lower lows, breaking support. It's bad. Based off price action, we can see bearish continuation. Fundamentals and technology, amazing. But this is something we've got to understand. Fundamentals catch up to price action and they affect price action over the course of years. But over the course of weeks and months, fundamentals don't really matter. The fundamentals of crypto have always been great, but we still have these boom and bust cycles. Just understand, even though the fundamentals, the technology are fantastic, and I believe in this market long term, there is a chance that in the short term, next couple of weeks, next couple of months, we could see further downside potential. That's why I want to let you guys know that if you want to know when Moon, well, let's look at when we mooned previously and how we've previously behaved. And so if we do enter a true bear market, we got to wait a year, folks. We got to wait a year, then we can start making some money. Or if we follow kind of a 2013, 2014 scenario where we had kind of a one run up followed by a lull and then a second run up at the end of the cycle, well, there was roughly 91 days, kind of 3 months from the kind of the first top to the bottom of the lull. Which is what we've experienced so far, and then kind of another 3 months before the market really started to pick up again. So maybe this was a bottom, maybe we crash further. Ultimately, no, I personally think, based off the TA, that there's likely not to have more downside, but as long as we hold 30,000, there's some hope. If we lose 30,000, folks, we're dropping. Now, something else we got to consider. DXY, the dollar index, if it pumps, that's bearish confirmation for Bitcoin, could be a factor that drives things down further. The SPY, the S&P 500 index, I do believe looks like it wants to have some correcting based off kind of our trend line here from this peak to this peak here to this peak. Just extend that. I do think we could see between a 5 to 8% drop in this S&P, which is extremely significant. S&P is quite overextended. Same with the NASDAQ index over here. I do think a roughly 4% drop is not out of the picture. And folks, 4 8%, these are small numbers in crypto, but in the stock market, this is significant. The stock market does affect Bitcoin. So we're seeing a bearish continuation pattern here with these 3 candle patterns here. I have a name for them that I won't share here because I don't want to get demonetized. But folks, whenever you see 3 daily candles close like that, it is a bearish continuation pattern. I could see us falling another 4, maybe 5% to kind of our trend line here, based off kind of this low or this low. Just extend that. So yeah, I think about 4 or 5% drop with the S&P is totally possible in the NASDAQ. So if that does indeed happen, that could be a factor that negatively affects Bitcoin. So why am I talking about the dollar? Why am I talking about the stock market, folks? Look, at a time right now when Bitcoin is at a make it or break it territory, deciding what the next 6 months of price action will look like, any one of these major factors, from kind of out of the ordinary selling pressure to a major news event to some fundamental change or some outside market or index change, could be the thing that tips Bitcoin over one way or the other. So dollar pumping, bad for Bitcoin. Stock market going down, bad for Bitcoin. Bitcoin going down, bad for altcoins. That's why I'm talking about Bitcoin. That's why I'm talking about the dollar, news, and the stock market. Folks, let's wrap it up with Ethereum here. Ethereum is looking not good. It's not looking good. I love Ethereum over the long term, and over the long term, over the next couple of years, I do think Ethereum will eventually, whether it's 6 months from now or 6 years from now, will be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But that's the long term. The fundamentals are great. The short term price action is terrible, and we could see months more of downward correction and consolidation. If we don't hold kind of 1850, I do think we're going to see a lot more downside potential. There is a strong support range based off volume, the 618 Fibonacci retracement from the all-time bottom to the all-time high, and then kind of the sideways moving price action here, basically all around 1800. We can see here that during Ethereum's kind of 2 or 3 previous massive sell-offs, buyers came in at 1800. If we lose 1850, we're gonna test this range again, the 1720, 1800 range again. If buyers don't step in here, if buyers fail to come in here, folks, we're dropping. We're dropping, I would imagine 1300, 1200, and then even lower. And it's not just the percentage down, folks. I think if we make a lower low now with Bitcoin and Ethereum, it vastly increases the possibility that we're stepping into a true bear market that lasts, a year or so. So, folks, don't panic, like and subscribe, because if we do enter a true bear market, that is where the massive opportunity lies for life-changing gains. Folks, I've made some of those gains myself. You can make a 10x, you can make a 5x in a bull market, but you can make a 100x, you can make a 200x, you can make a 500x in a bear market. Folks, like and subscribe. Anything dramatic happens with the market, we'll let you know. When it comes time to examine whether we're at a cycle bottom, time to buy back in, we'll be letting you guys know. Stay tuned, like and subscribe, hit that bell icon to notify new uploads. Let me know if you like the video, and until next time, take care.